What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. We have this Cointelegraph article. Make Ethereum cheap again. Upgrade coming on March 13th. Looking to add more block size, cheaper transactions. But what are we really talking about here? Are we talking about mainnet transactions? No. Things have got so out of hand with this blockchain that the layer 2 scaling solutions are running into big problems. They're estimating if we hit a bull run right now, fees on those layer 2s could hit upwards of $82. Well, they're going to try to fix this with this newest upgrade. And part of this is because of Ethereum's great success. And there are so many actual transactions on this blockchain, a lot of demand. That's a great thing. But man, if the scaling solutions are having these kind of problems at this stage in the game now, is this really the answer long term? I think you have to have exposure to some of these competitive chains, these other layer 1 smart contract blockchains, because I don't know if the infrastructure is going to make it here. Again, I have no doubt. I think Ethereum's going to kill it on this next bull run. I think layer 2s are going to do well. I'm a big proponent of optimism. I think it's going to do well. But long term, I just don't know with this blockchain. This is out of control. Your scaling solutions that were originally supposed to be a stopgap, now a permanent fixture in the building plans for the Ethereum blockchain, even they are looking like they're going to have issues. We'll have to see. Make sure you have some exposure to the Ethereum blockchain, but also you got to have those competitive chains, because I think the time has come for Cardano, for Polkadot, for Atom to really start, taking on some market share here and doing some damage here in this next bull run. Low Bitcoin ETF fees could be bad news for Coinbase. So what this article is saying is, look, we have this really low-cost alternative, very safe alternative to invest in Bitcoin. Is this going to harm Coinbase's long-term business as they lose out in fees? As people are, putting their money with BlackRock and Coinbase ain't getting those trading fees. To some extent, of course, but even without these ETFs, exchange fees on crypto exchanges, they're going to trend down to zero, just like we've seen with equities. They're going to have to find other ways to generate revenue, and they will do so. I have no concern long-term for Coinbase and other exchanges, but that's going to be the trend, trending down to zero exchange fees long-term. And of course, I think ETFs will just kind of push them in that direction. BlackRock, Fidelity, their Bitcoin ETFs, respectively, see the largest debut month of any ETF in 30 years. People are questioning if this was a success or not. Like, come on. Bloomberg Intelligence data shows BlackRock's IBIT and Fidelity's FBTC have each secured more than $3 billion in assets in the first 17 trading days. The only ones to do so out of the list of over 5,500 ETFs. This is a runaway success, and we are just starting. Massive, massive moment in history as we saw that ETF approved, and it's just the first of many crypto ETFs we will see in the future as we go forward. When that rolled out, I did a video on this, but they had Larry Fink on there talking about the importance of a Bitcoin ETF. And we see this article from Bitcoin Magazine, Tokenized Inc., BlackRock's plan to own the fractionalized world. And we all think of ETFs as just a pool of stocks or investments, but really, they're looking at this as a way to tokenize literally everything, assets globally, whether it be your house, Bitcoin, gold, any sort of value out there. They want to tokenize it. They want to package it in ETFs and just let investors buy everything. Literally the future of you will own nothing and be happy. That's their master plan here. And again, they're doing it with stocks. They're doing it with crypto, gold, and so on down the list. And we're going to see this happen with the ETF framework. It will run on blockchain. The future will be tokenized, and it probably will be quite dystopian for sure. Interesting stat here. Although the XRP Ledger has 5 million active accounts, only 20,000 of them used the XRP Ledger's DEX in the last month. Again, less than 1% of users accessing this really great feature set. Now, part of it is, probably a lack of quality assets on there to trade for. We don't have any of the major stable coins. I think that will help a lot if we can secure one or two of those, whether it's Tether, whether it's Circles, USDC. We definitely need a stable coin. We need more interesting assets. There are some projects building on XRP Ledger, not a lot. But this brought me into the idea of our tools we also use to access the DEX. And, Wind has done an amazing job with the Sum application When you compare that to the Toast wallet, which is originally what I used to access the DEX and interact with it, he's really done an amazing job building that capability out, giving us a great wallet. But in my opinion, when you look at the process to really use the DEX, other than a couple main coins, XRP, GateHub IOUs for dollars and euros, and casino coins, other than that, like if you want to buy an asset, it's kind of cumbersome. And I was complaining a little bit to Wind on Twitter about this, and he was showing me, you know what, it's not that hard. And you can see here, he's looking up the address here for Expector coin, and he copies it and then brings it over here to his wallet and does the transaction. Like, it's very fast for him. The guy's a genius. But this is a problem. The rest of us mere mortals, this is kind of a pain. And I understand why it's set up like this. It's for safety, to make sure that you don't accidentally buy the wrong coin or have too much slippage and lose your money and any number of things. He's trying to protect us. But to me, like, yeah, if you're Wind and you're some brainiac, you can do this real quick, but other people are going to get frustrated and they're just not going to use this. So I think part of it really is our tools as well. And I hope they can find, a stopgap here, because we see Mickey B. Fresh. He chimed in here saying, you know what, did you even bother to look through the Salmon docs and the X apps, on the Sum application? And no, I know how to use it, but the problem is people aren't going to go digging through documentation and digging through an app to find this really obscure feature set. And you need it to have very easy access. So when we look at like Uniswap's app, if you've never used it, just check it out. You don't even need to do any trades, but when you download it, the first thing you see, you're greeted with, is a search box, and you can put whatever coin you're looking to buy on there. It literally comes up, the coin. You click on it and you click buy, and it's as easy as that. That's all you do. You don't have to look into a directory to find a trust line and do all of this kind of stuff. And so I think we need to bridge the gap a little bit with our tools between, yes, we need to be safe, we need to be conscious, but we also need easy accessibility. And, I know Wind will kind of find a good balance for that. They're still working on this application, and hopefully others come to the market too to compete. We should have a lot more than just one big time wallet. It's unacceptable that we don't have more. But the tools we have in the XRP Ledger still leave a lot to be desired. And if you have to log into that toolkit and use that antiquated system, it looks like something from a decade ago. It's not the most friendly thing. Hopefully we see some upgrades there, and then maybe, we'll see more people accessing the DEX, because it's this really powerful feature set, but no one really uses it. Like, you can't argue that it's a great system if out of 5 million accounts, only 20,000 people bothered to use it, and it works well, and it's great, and all of these things. Adding AMMs will probably bring liquidity, fine, but that doesn't mean people are going to use it if it's irritating and hard to use. That's my only point here. And again, I'm not taking shots at Wind. They've done an amazing job, but I think we need to, shore this up a little bit and make it a little easier to use. That's all I'm saying. Daniel had a great point here, talking about what he quoted, the AMM debacle. He says, this community has proven that checks and balances are in place. No single player can get their way, and most importantly, that's most important to him. And I agree. You saw the struggle in real time, live on Twitter, people going after each other. It's a stressful situation, but that's reality. That's the way the world works. And Ripple did not get exactly what they wanted. And they had to meet the demands of other people that were not comfortable with that system until it was fixed, until it was ready. And that's the way, it played out. The community ruled, not one player. And then he also said the following: Ripple has proven they can still be agile, quickly adapt to get around roadblocks, and it really restored a lot of faith on his end, and I agree. I think they're getting ready to fire on all cylinders here. It's been a long time coming. We're going to see some important, well thought out upgrades that I think will bring us a lot more capability, and I think with another couple tweaks here on this ecosystem, just improve the tools just a little bit, we can sure get those numbers up a heck of a lot better than less than 1% using probably the most exciting feature of the XRP Ledger. We're getting there. I think we're going to see an explosion of use in the next bull run for the XRP Ledger on-chain. And again, starting with Ripple. They're looking to bring a lot of their business on-chain. That should bring a lot of eyes, a lot of liquidity to the XRP Ledger. And I think for that reason, it'll be a lot more usable. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.